श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम ओम अखंडानंद संबोधः वंदनात् यस्य जायते गोविंदं तमहं वंदे चिदानंदतनुं गुरुम्. So yesterday we were seeing tatah asau yad giramapi agocharam tad sambabhuva. So thereafter that Jivan Mukta, he became that tatah tat sambabhuva, he became that which is, what is that? Yad giramapi agocharam, that which is not grasped even by the words or the Vedas. Gira means Veda or words. By Vedas or words, that which is not grasped, that he became. Okay. What is that? What is that? What it is not. So, to include everything, he said, whatever the voidist Shunyavadis say as Shunya, whatever the Brahmavadis say as Brahman, whatever is the logician say as Ishvara, whatever the yoga scholars Ishvara, whatever the Sankhyans call as Purusha, whatever the people with defects or impurities call as impurity or defect, all that they become. Okay, so I explained it very clearly. It is not all path to the same goal. Since there is nothing else other than him, so what can he not be? So in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan also brings in similar idea. So ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tatha bhajamyaham. He says, ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tatha bhajamyaham. Whoever propitiates, whoever worships me in whichever way, I bless them in that very way. Meaning, you worship him as Krishna, he will bless you as Krishna. You worship him as Shiva, he will bless you as Shiva. You worship him as Rama, he will worship you as he will bless you as Rama. That is the idea. Okay. Yad yatsarvaśāstrasiddhāntaṃ yatsarvaṛdayānugam yatsarvaṃ sarvagaṃ vastu tattattvaṃ tadasau sthitaḥ. Yad yatsarvaśāstrasiddhāntaṃ yad yatsarvaṛdayānugam yad sarvagaṃ vastu tattattvaṃ tadasau sthitaḥ. Yad yatsarvaśāstrasiddhāntaṃ. That, so to give this idea, ye yatha mam prapadyante, he is establishing yad yatsarvaśāstrasiddhāntaṃ, whatever is the conclusion of every philosophy. Yad yatsarvaṛdayānugam, whatever exists in everybody's heart. Yad sarvaṃ, with what, that which is everything. Sarvagaṃ, omnipresent and omnipotent, omniscient. Sarvam means omniscient, and sarvagam means omnipresent. Okay, so sarvavṛdayānugam means omnipotent also, you can say. So omnipresent, omnipotent and omniscient, that which is tattattvaṃ, that truth. Vastu, whichever is the truth. Tadasau sthitaḥ, in that very self he became. Okay, is there no difference between Jivan Mukta and Videho Mukta? Oh, you are very worried about that. Let us give you a hint of difference. Is there a real difference? No. Then, you are very curious. To satisfy your curiosity, let us give an answer. So he says, brahmaivāhaṃ cidevāhamevaṃ. Wait, that is not difference. Wait, I remember the final shloka of not some other text, this very text, while we were discussing the Jivan Mukta, the final shloka, because that is why I remember final shloka, where he said, aham brahmasmi aham brahma iti, and cidevāhaṃ iti cha. Do you remember? So brahmaivāhaṃ cidevāhaṃ, that is no difference. Wait, let us listen to this. Brahmaivāhaṃ cidevāhaṃ vāpi na cintyate cinmātrameva yastiṣṭhedvideho mukta eva sah. Brahmaivāhaṃ cid eva aham vāpi na cintyate cinmātrameva yastiṣṭhedvideho mukta eva sah. brahmaivāhaṃ, I am that absolute self. Cidevāhaṃ, I am that knowledge, I am that consciousness. Iti evam vāpi na cintyate, one who does not think even in this way, cinmātrameva tishthet, and one who exists as the chaitanya, the consciousness itself, sachit videho, videho mukta eva. He is definitely videho mukta. He is definitely the one who is liberated without the embodiment. That is one seeming difference. But what is that? Really not. We'll see that also. Yasya prapañcabhānaṃ na brahmākāramapīha na atītātītabhāvo yah videho mukta eva saha. He is repeating this videho mukta eva saha in a couple of slokas. Yasya prapañcabhānaṃ na brahmākāramapīha na atītātītabhāvo yah videho mukta eva saha. Yasya prapañcabhānaṃ na, he one who does not have the vision, bhana, bha prakashini. So prapañca of the creation. So one who does not have the vision or perception of the creation, iha brahmākāramapīha, or of the vision or perception of the self, na yah atītātītabhāvo, one who exists as that which is beyond the beyond. Atīta means beyond. Atīta means that which is beyond the beyond, that which is superior than the superior. We already saw it in Jīvātmeti also, right? So that is what he is repeating. Saha videho mukta eva. He is definitely videho mukta. Okay. cittavṛtteratīto yah cittavṛttyavabhāsakaḥ cittavṛttivihīno yah videho mukta eva saha. Cittavṛtti atītaḥ yah cittavṛttyavabhāsakaḥ cittavṛttivihīno yah videho mukta eva saha. Cittavṛttehe atītaḥ, one who is beyond the thoughts, one who is beyond the thoughts, one who cannot be grasped by those thoughts. Okay. Cittavṛttyavabhāsakaḥ, then who is he? Cittavṛttyavabhāsakaḥ, one who illumines those thought functions. He is beyond the thoughts, but he is the one who is illumining the thought functions. Very good. There is a connection. Illuminer, illumined. Very good. There is a relationship. For that, he says, yah cittavṛttivihīno, one who is without any association with the thought function. That is why he had to say that. He is a, see, in Upanishads, shrotasya shrotam, manaso mano, like that it says. It is the mind of the mind, meaning that which illumines the mind, that which illumines these eyes, etc. But here he goes beyond that also. He says, okay, it cannot be grasped by the thought function. It is that which grasps the thought function, but there is no relationship. Shrotrasya shrotram manaso mano yatu vacho vacham sahu pranasya pranakya Upanishad. Okay, so cittavṛttivihīno sa jivan videho mukta eva. He is definitely videho mukta. jīvātmeti parātmeti sarvacintāvivarjitaḥ sarvasaṅkalpahīnātmā videho mukta eva saha. And this idea also we saw already. Jīvātmā paramatma iti sarvacintāvivarjitaḥ sarvasaṅkalpahīnātmā videho mukta eva saha. Jīvātmā paramatma iti, as jīvātma as paramatma. That we see. Paramatma means there is jīvātma or aparamatma, there is inferior atma. If paramatma is superior atma, then there is some inferior atma, jīvātma, something like that, right? So for that we said, immediately he said in Jīvātmeti explanation, he said nirgunaha, that which is devoid of attributes. So there can be no param, aparam, etc. So he says jīvātma paramatma. Here he says jīvātma paramatma. It's okay. Jīvātma paramatma sarvacintāvivarjitaḥ, one who is devoid of any thoughts of jīvātma paramatma, etc. Sarvasaṅkalpahīnātmā, devoid of any thoughts means it is devoid of any intentions also. So normally we have some intentions. That is when the thought functions also start playing in the world. So he is devoid of, because in Jīvātmeti we said he is ahankritah, na ahankritah, na anahankritah. He does not have the idea of I or I am not. Okay. Karta, na bhukta. Na karta, na karta. He is neither the doer nor the non-doer. We saw that. So same thing here. Okay. Sarvasaṅkalpahīnātmā. He is devoid of any intentions. So videho mukta. He is definitely videho mukta. Okay. oṅkāravācyahīnātmā sarvavācyavivarjitaḥ avasthātrayahīnātmā videho mukta evasah. oṅkāravācyahīnātmā sarvavācyavivarjitaḥ avasthātrayahīnātmā videho mukta evasah. oṅkāravācyahīnātmā. oṅkāravācya, because he is bringing avasthatraya, therefore he has to bring in oṅkāra. avasthatrayahīnātmā, one who is devoid of the avasthatraya, the three states, Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. There, with reference to Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, we said the causal, etc. bodies also, and we also equated it with the akara, ukara, makara, and amatra. Oṅkāra is akara, ukara, makara, and amatra. Okay. So there is a, u, ma. Now we equated each one with that. See, he says it is devoid of any avastha. So where is this possibility of akara, ukara, makara being associated with that? If akara, ukara, makara cannot be associated with that, how can that be a pointer to the Brahman? Om iti Brahma. Om, how can it be Brahman? So he says, oṅkāravācyahīnātmā. It cannot be even the word meaning of oṅkāra. Okay? It cannot be the word meaning of oṅkāra. It can be word meaning of something else, right? So he says, sarvavācyavivarjitaḥ. It is not a word meaning of any word. Leave alone oṅkāra. So no word can directly imply, denote it. Okay? Why? Because ahinrlvayanīsarpanirmoko jīvavarjitaḥ valmīke patitāh tam sarpo nābhimanyate evam sthulam ca sukshmam ca shariram nābhimanyate. ahinrlvayanīsarpanirmoko jīvavarjitaḥ valmīke patitāh tishthet tam sarpah nābhimanyate evam sthulam ca sukshmam ca shariram nābhimanyate. This is based on a pradhanika statement which has the same idea. The words, some words are also same. Tad yatha ahinrlvayanī, that is how the mantra itself starts in pradhanika. So he says, ahinrlvayanīsarpanirmoko. Ahinrlvayanī, it's a tongue twister. Ahinrlvayanī. Forget it. Ahinrlvayanī is a name. Name of what? Sarpanirmoko. That which is a discarded by sarpa, snake. Okay, that which is discarded by snake. Ahinrlvayanī. What is that? The snake hide, the skin of the snake. Snake sheds its skin. So that skin which it sheds is called as ahinrlvayanī. Okay. So it discards it. Jīvavarjitaḥ. But if you, I can show also here. There's this the snake leaves sheds its skin here and there, and you can see it here. So normally on the tin shed, we use this iron bars to drill the tighten the tin sheds, right? The tin. So in between there is a gap. You can just press it. So this snake, this fellow, he uses that gap because he wants some tight place where he can stick that. See, it's a sticky thing. Outside skin is a sticky one when it is removing. After that, it becomes dry and it gets infected, etc. So infested with some ants and things like that. Okay. Now, thing is, it leaves its skin, and when you see the skin, it will look like a snake. Perfect. Jīvavarjitaḥ. That is why he had to say the skin is there, but it is without any life. Valmīke patitāh. It is left on the Valmīka. Valmīka, the anthill, where the snake stays, or any other place. So it is there on that somewhere. Okay. Now tishtayate. Let it be. tam sarpa nabhimanyate. Even if the snake crawls on top of it, the snake will not, or goes close to it, the snake will not identify itself with that snake hide. It will not say, oh, see, that's mine. It's mine. It will never identify. It just discards and it just forgets about it. When it removes its shirt, it just forgets. Wait, when you used shirt, I also do that. What? When I discard, I don't have any identification with that. Is that so? No. I discarded my shirt. You will say that. Or I don't have identity. Okay, that's your shirt. Yes. You don't have any identity? No. Just that spitting is good enough for bringing your ego up. How can you spit on that? That was my shirt. Or, that was my shirt. It is mine. So, if somebody spits on it or stamps on it, then your ego gets pumped up. This does not happen for the snake as well as Yevam sthulam cha sukshmam cha shariram navimanyate. This videho mukta also does not identify himself with the gross body or subtle body. He does not identify himself with any of these bodies. pratyajnanashikidvaste mithyaඥāne sahetuke neti neti iti arupatvat ashariro bhavatyayam. Some difference. Okay. pratyajnanashikidvaste mithyaඥāne sahetuke neti neti arupatvat ashariro bhavatyayam. Earlier, he said there is difference. Now, there is no difference actually. How? pratyajnanashikidvaste mithyaඥāna. Mithya not mithyaඥāna. Mithyaඥāna, erroneous knowledge. What is erroneous knowledge? The identifying non-self as self. That is erroneous knowledge, right? So he says, sahetuke mithyaඥāne pratyajnanashikidvaste. Along with its cause, the erroneous knowledge, when it is dhvasta, destroyed by what? Shiki, by the fire. Shiki is a name for fire. When you light the fire, it has a shika, tough kind of. So that is why it is called a shiki. So the fire of shiki, that which is destroyed by fire of what? Pratyajnana of the self. The fire of knowledge of the self has destroyed by the fire of knowledge of the self, the ignorance, the erroneous knowledge along with its cause. Neti neti iti arupatvat. And through the neti arupatvat, since there is formlessness, he is of the nature of formlessness. What is neti neti? Neti neti. Na iti. Two statements actually. Na iti. Not this, not this. Okay. So I explained this earlier, but then when the new people, they are not introduced to Vedanta, so there will be a little difficulty to understand. Now you know Vedanta. You know Vedanta. We are ending. The text is also coming to a closure. So you know Vedanta. So na iti. Not this, not this. With one not this, we negate the gross. With the other not this, we negate the subtle. Okay. Now that is done. When there is gross and subtle forms are negated, then what exists? Arupatvat. Only the formlessness remains. Or the same neti can be used in different way. Na iti. Iti is like quotes in Sanskrit. When you say iti at the end, then it means, or whatever you say is in quotes. Okay. Na iti na. Not this not. That is what is the idea. There is nothing that cannot be negated. Na iti na means there is nothing that can be negated here. You cannot negate anything here because there is nothing other than self. What can you negate? Okay. So when you cannot negate anything and self is nirguna, nirshriya, without any attributes, without any activity, etc. Therefore, it is arupatvat. Right? So ayam asharirah bhavati. Therefore, he becomes devoid of body. Therefore, he is a videho mukta. Okay. Nischaya. Devoid of body. I'll explain that. He says, Nischaya. Vishvaschataisaschaiva prajñascheti cha te trayah virat hiranyagarbhascha ishwarasche citate iti cha te trayah brahmāṇḍam chaiva pindāṇḍam lokāh bhūrādayah kramat swaspo upadhilayādeva liyante pratyagātmani vishvascha taijasascha prajñascha iti cha te trayah virat hiranyagarbha cha ishwarascha iti cha te trayah brahmāṇḍam chaiva pindāṇḍam lokāh bhūrādayah kramat sasva upadhilayat eva liyante pratyagātmani. If you remember, he said, dehatraya atītoham. I am beyond the comprehension of body sense organ complex. I am beyond all the three bodies. Earlier, Jivan Mukta. Here in Videho Mukta also, he is explaining the same thing, except he is using the words. What words? Vishva Teisa Prajna. Do you remember what Vishva Teisa Prajna is? Vishva Teisa Prajna are the three bodies. But then what is Virat Hiranyagarbha Ishvara? Virat Hiranyagarbha Ishvara also is three bodies. When we explained akara, ukara, makara, we said akara, ukara, makara, causal, subtle, gross. Then we said sleep, dream, waking state. Then we said these names. Vishva Taisa Prajna, then Virat Hiranyagarbha Ishvara. Vishva Taisa Prajna are basically the three names given for the individual. Virat, Hiranyagarbha and Ishvara are the names which we gave for the collective. The individual gross body is the collective gross body is so like that. Okay. So individual and collective, and we explained what individual and collective means there. Okay. Now, icitate trayaha. Pindāṇḍam brahmāṇḍam chaiva. Pindāṇḍa. First we spoke about the individual body. Therefore, Pindāṇḍa should come first. Then we said the collective body. Therefore, Brahmāṇḍa. So whether it is Pindāṇḍa. Pindāṇḍa means individual body. Brahmāṇḍa means the collective creation. Whatever they be. Collective creations means what are you talking about? Bhūrādayah lokāha. Bhūrādaya lokāha Brahmāṇḍa. The Brahmanda, which is the world of Bhu, etc. Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha, Maha, Janaha, Tapaha, Satyam. There are 7 worlds. From here up, there are 7 worlds. Okay. There are neither 7 worlds also, which is a Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Patala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Talatala, like that. So there are 7 neither worlds and 7 higher worlds. That is how the egg is split. Okay. Now, Kramat, in respective way, what happens to them? Swasva upadhilayat, since their embodiment is bust, it is merged. Therefore, pratyagatmani liyante, they also merge in their pratyagatma. That is why I said earlier also while explaining in Jīvan Mukta, tasya pranaha iha praliyante, his pranas, his sense organs, they merge here itself. Na tasya prana utkramanti, another statement. His pranas don't rise. Normally, the pranas along with the sense organ, along with the body, etc., it travels from here to another place. That is subtle body, right? The mind, etc. So, mind, etc. 17 is subtle body. Sense organs and the mind, they travel from here to another plane. But this fellow, for him, everything merges in their cause. So, what is that state actually? Remember this. This is the state. One line. Remember this. Tushnim eva tadastushnim, tushnim satyam na kinchana. Tushnim eva tataha. Tushnim satyam na kinchana. Tushnim eva tataha tushnim eva. Thereafter, only silence. Tushnim, only silence. Tushnim satyam. Silence is the truth. Na kinchana. There is nothing else. Silence is the truth. I remember 2 statements. One is Mauna Vyakhya Prakatita Parabrahma Tattvam Yuvanam. Dakshinamurti is Teaching itself is through silence or teaching of silence. So, and people, they, even if he taught through silence, it doesn't really surprise me, because the people who went to him, they were masters. They knew already many things. So they can be taught through silence. That's all. Just shut up. That's all. But another thing is, when Raman Maharshi came to Tiruvannamalai, was staying there for quite some. He left his house and he's staying there. And someone from his village, he said, "Oh, this is my village fellow." Okay. He goes to him and he tells him, "Okay, your mother and your brother, do you want to send some message?" During that time, he didn't give any, he didn't speak actually. He was referred to as Mauna Swami. So then somebody put a pencil and paper in front of him. He saw the pencil and paper, so he wrote something. What he wrote is, "Whatever happens will definitely happen. Try to prevent as you can. Whatever will not happen, will never happen, try as you may. Keeping quiet is bliss. Therefore, keeping quiet is bliss. Keeping quiet is bliss. Tushnim satyam. Bliss is truth. Satyam Brahma. Sukham Brahma. Tushnim satyam. Silence is truth. Na kinchana, there is nothing else." Next, I told this earlier. What is the state of a realist one? When is a realist one, and how is the realist one understood? So he says, "Kala bhedam vastu bhedam desha bhedam subhedakam kinchit bhedam na tasyasti kinchit vāpi na vidyate." I told you earlier, time, space, causation should not trouble you. That is when you can say that your mind is at peace, has gained tranquility. Okay. Now, kala bhedam desha bhedam subhedakam kinchit bhedam na tasyasti kinchit vāpi na vidyate. Kala bhedam desha bhedam vastu bhedam. The duality of time, the duality of space, or the duality caused by the objects. Causation. So, or these are all external. Swabhedakam, in yourself, whatever duality. Kinchit bhedam tasya nasti. There is no kind of duality for him. There is no kind of duality. Whatever dualities you can see, there is no kind of duality for him. Swagatadi Veda or this Kala Deshadi Sajati Vijati Veda does not exist in him. Kinchit vapi. Why to talk about dualities? Nothing exists for him. Kinchit vapi na vidyate. Nothing exists for him. Nothing exists. That is the truth. Except still, there is nothing exists. We'll see. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevāvaśiśyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.